Hello and welcome. Right, now that I've actually made some changes on my video settings, I do this every now and again. I was looking at a news article by one of the other content creators, and I was like, it's really punchy, much. I mean, my quality is not terrible, not really, but it's. The colours seemed more washed out and things like that, so I did a bit of study. So I'm hoping, the only nasty thing is, it's going to increase the size of my video files considerably. So it might mean that I have to slow down and do a lot more editing and a lot less of other things. So right, I do believe we have got quite a lot of work to do. It's true, I bought a flatbed and we got this. It's true, we have, yeah. The other thing is now, obviously, I've been using. Yeah, no, I couldn't. It's true. I often pack 4 high. You couldn't do that without strap support, really. I think we'll go back to our flatbed because I do believe this is the session where we're going to make the money to buy the mine and everything, isn't it? So we need to grab. I haven't started anyone's engines. I've come straight in. I was a bit freaked out. I was talking to the AI and it was telling me, well, that's why your colours are a bit washed out. And I'm like, right, okay then. And it says, oh, don't worry, the size is only 4 times your normal size. I'm like, all right, okay. that's a little bit scary for little old me. But we shall see. They weren't terrible. The videos weren't terrible. But I was constraining the videos. I know I did a bit of testing a long time ago, and it was scary what I was getting. But of course, the thing is, the quality's not terrible, but it is from a colour perspective. The colours were not really fantastic. So I would prefer quality over quantity, if I'm honest. So right now then, they're probably not a bad idea. Let's get the flatbeds. I believe we'd already told. No, I think the flatbed was down here. Typical that it's absolutely chucking it down with snow, although it's not thick snow. Yeah, it's not really so terrible. It's all about wood, which I'm leaving. You could see obviously we started over by the bridge. That is nicely ticking down, so we shall see what else we need. Oh, the flatbed isn't here. Okay then. Well, let's grab the telehandler. I'm sure we can figure it out where it is. Where is the flatbed? Probably on the back of something like there. Right. Okay. So where is the telehandler? Yeah. So I'm going to see what sort of effect it has. Whether or not I'll knock it back to what it was before or not, because I think I'm not. I'd like to accept the quality. I would over quantity. Again, because you guys and gals that stick with me, I wish it to be the best that it can be. It's not terrible, as I said, it is, and mine is full 4K. It's something I insisted upon that I think that's why I tried to trade down a little bit, was the fact that the file sizes were getting rather large. But all it means is I won't be able to store all the videos like I do at present. No, I've got an absolute arsenal of videos that need uploading, and I did this in FS22. I had way more things. I think in the end I had a couple of things that I just obviously had moved on to FS25, and I just binned them or put them on my NAS drive in the background, but yeah, in essence they never got uploaded. I think it was one of my. Is that snow or is it lost its colour? It's hard to say. It was perfect, and then we came in last session and it was vile. I have not touched that model at all, so I can only think it's snow. But it goes grey like that normally, so I don't know what to say. It could or could not be. All right. Anyway, let's get this job underway, because we have a mining company to buy and another business to go into. I do realise as well, obviously, the 9,000 litres of we didn't do anything with. I just stuck them in the silo. But to be honest, I think we've there's only so much you can do, and I think actually we've actually gone the right route for us. So all things considered, I don't think we really have done that bad. Now I'm trying to think the best way to put this bin, as we haven't got much room, and probably but maybe crash into the Yeah, there's not a lot of space. Ah, it's uneven again. Well, we can do something about that. We have a leveling tool. We could get the bulldozers in and the bucket that we've sold a long time. Oh, okay. You know, crashing about like a... Let's go grab the Syntrack. It can be our trailer puller, I think. Oh, I'm going to nudge it, aren't I? Coming this way. I love this. It is a beautiful tractor. I know I said that last session. Just sometimes you buzz about things, don't you, a bit? So, right, okay, let's just leave that be. And let's get... Ooh, yeah, we need to level that, though. We can't, like, leave that like that. It's going to be a nightmare. So I keep saying this. I think that model's gone wrong. It might, oh, no, it's both of them, though. What are the chances of two models going wrong in the same session? Yeah, it's very, very unlikely. Very, very unlikely. Not impossible, but definitely unlikely. Right, so if we go from about there and level that there, we should really be able to, yeah. Let's just remind that and jump in the thing. Right, still doesn't seem... Ah, it is now. Fantastic. Let's get this sorted and let's get this loaded and let's make a fortune. I'm very glad that we did do this. This is... I think this possibly... luxury desserts I love, but this is sort of almost a set it and forget it thing. Obviously, you've got the guar beans. It's got dependencies, like sub things that you need to do beforehand, but it's still... I like it a lot. No, it's a matter. I was thinking, why is it not wide enough? It's not wide enough because it's already at its widest point. Right, okay, so... Yeah, what I'm trying to do is something like Mac Trucker did with... But I'd like to do it like NASA, but it's a real problem because I can't seem to create like NASA did with his... But I'd like to do longer so you can grab like the ones at the back, which is of course what Mac Trucker did with his. But I'm not like stealing Mac Truckers, and I don't like the fact that Mac Truckers are solid. I did try. I do like his. I tried it for a while back, and I just could not get on with it. Ah, we're losing that one. Yeah, so, ooh, yeah, it's very, very... It is, it's true. I did try it. I just can't get on with the solid. NASA's are the best, because these are not solid. I've tried, like, Chris S and Riley S's as well, because they're two cracking models, but same thing, exactly the same thing. Excellent. I do need to, like, straight away. Yeah, it's true. I did. I just cannot get on with the fact that it's... Nah. Yeah, solid. It causes more hassle than it's worth. Whereas NASA's the ethereal things until you strap them, it really gives you a massive advantage. Still got the back plane, the back board on this that is solid, so you can sort of still push most. It's not perfect. There's never a perfect setting with anything like this, but I find it the best of the lot, really. I think it sort of seems to me, having tested all of them, because I always like to test these things, because you never know until you've tested. How can you possibly say that, like, ooh, that's a little bit too prone to doing that now? It shouldn't have done. Yeah, it never used to do that where it's in your space, but it does now, which is annoying. Very. Now the other one's going to pop, of course. Oh, or even worse. Oh, do you know? Right. Anyway, I'm terrible at this when I'm chatting and like doing this at the same time. I'm not. I'm terrible anyway, but like I'm even worse when like I'm chatting. So let's get this done. Let's get as much of this done as possible. Now, luckily, it's not as normally. If I'd done this for a full year, this is a tremendous amount of throughput over a full year. But like we've only been going a few months, so although it's quite a bit, it's not as bad as a full year's worth that I would do on most sort of farms. So yeah, on Chamburgo is the map that I chose to do the extreme, which is, I mean, it's the most extreme I've ever done anything with. That's the map I chose. I nearly, yeah, it's not the best map really, but it's a nice map. Yeah, I'm not trying to have a nasty go at the mapper. It is a nice map, But there were a few things at the beginning that I was a little bit... I didn't like the limitations, and I almost spat my dummy out on one session, and I was literally going through quite a few maps, and then in the end I thought, you know, I think you're overreacting a little. I think we could probably make Chamburgo work if we just like made a few changes. So I went back on the map and we stuck on Chamburgo. Yeah, it's a fantastic map, but the map has sort of limited your options, and there's so much going on. There's like I bought one of the farmyards, a little one that's got the cow place. A brilliant place, but due to the options, there were like I don't think this one will get it on this side. Yeah, basically you were limited on what you could actually do. As in, like, there were lights all in the way of what you wanted to do, what you could do. You couldn't sell anything. You know, like, so you couldn't move anything if you wanted it. The map maker had kindly put sheds. You couldn't remove the sheds. You could only remove the collisions. So the sheds looked like sheds, but they weren't really there. Then when you tried to put something in the same place, you realise that actually the map maker had put the sheds actually in a place that you'd not got access to. It wasn't even your land, so it was a sort of, I'm like, oh my life, I can't even replace the shed. So now it looks a right mess. I couldn't move anything because like the lights were everywhere, and I'm like, oh my life, I've never been on a map that is so limited like this. It's just like really terrible. So yeah, I sort of threw my dummy out. And then I ended up coming back, so I thought, no, you're overreacting a little, really. So I did. I came back on, and but I did move from that farm. Yeah, we bought a field which became the farm, because that way you can do what you like. And yeah, it's frequently. I think I might have got that on this time. Yay, fantastic! I think we might need to come back. No, I don't know. I think we might manage it this time. This is not as heavy as normal. Of course, I am doing it with no spacing, normal spacing. It's just, yeah, like rammed where it is. Careful. Oh my life. Well, these aren't squirming as much as they sometimes can do. On that other flatbed, they're really squirming badly, so that really does prove it's definitely the flatbed. The new, well, it's a new old one. I sort of rescued it, but I think it needs like well, I'm trying to do another kind of flatbed without the ramps, but I wanted to do the ramps because it was the TPS by Sariga that I really always fell in love with in FS22, and I just wanted to do the same thing. And his ramps are hard to do. I've obviously looked at his mod and like seen, well, how do you do this? And his was a very, very complicated way of doing things, where those are easier things but for a different kind of model. So but I'm still wanting really to follow Sariga in the way that he's done it, to sort of see, because I've been waiting a long time. So I think we've actually reached it, because that should have popped by now. So I think we've actually reached our full capacity. Oh no, we haven't. It was just being slow. I don't think there'll be much more though. Bearing in mind that these are 7-ton pallets. No, I just, how long would this take me if I'd had 1-ton pallets? This is another reason why I really seriously wanted to bring this into the mod hub for people to use, because it's sort of like a crossover of about 2 or 3 different mods, but all in one mod, and especially for people on console. I thought they'd appreciate this kind of yeah, this type of thing, because it's sort of like it's like enhanced pallets. Everything's like friendly for, which is of course obviously a lot of the channel members are like console players. I really wanted to make sure that it was console friendly. Oh, okay, we're still getting some pop. Oh, well, I don't suppose I should complain really, because the more that pop, the more cash we actually make. So you can't have it always really. I think, can we knock that back without going too nasty? We are making a bit of, oh, I thought I'd done the collisions on this so that it no longer did that and disappeared inside the body. I could have sworn I had done that. Was it this model though? Maybe not. I must take note of which this model is and do the collisions a little bit better. I hate this now. Yeah, I'm trying to sort of do all the hard work that if I ever did need to make these mod hub ready, that there's not an awful lot for me to do. You know, like adding collisions. They're not. It's not hard, but it's just another extra job for you to do. When really all you should need to be doing is localization. Because I've never really bothered with localization. Because for myself, it's a quite a hard thing to sort of do, or I found it hard or unnecessary for myself. But obviously, it's something that I think now Giants are sort of insisting that all mods use that I10N thing, which would mean nothing to you if you're not a modder. Yeah, so ignore me. I'm talking gobbledygooch that really only a modder really needs to know. But yeah, it's true. It needs to follow a certain thing, which is about languages, basically. So is that got a collision anywhere? Is it just deep inside? Oh, okay. Oh, the boxes can go through. Right. Okay, so I need to like make the filter different. There you go. You see, that taught me something. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Yeah, because that. Well, yeah, but I hit it with the box. So why can the box go in? Is it because it's probably classed as me as a vehicle? No, it can go in a little way. Right. So I did definitely do it, but not quite in the right place. Right, so it's better. Yeah, I think I did it as a circular one, which means the sort of sharp corners will. Yeah, there'll be a little bit of give on the corners. I'd need to do another hexagon, really. In fact, actually, probably a hexagon. Thinking about what I learnt a few weeks back when I was doing the cowshed was all about shapes, and probably it's more economical to use a hexagon than it is a circle anyway. So really, I ought to be changing it to a hexagon, and then it'll be a much better model for conserving space, which Giants are a big fan on, because obviously each one of these mods is so many megabytes in size, and obviously the smaller the better. Right, okay then, so I'm just trying to it's amazing. Yeah, I'm one of those people who I don't really like the, like going into the unknown. This first video that I'm doing, I'm like worrying about the file size. No, we can use the Syntrack. We should be able to use the Syntrack, unless we drop any boxes on the way, and then we'd have to come back for the telehandler, which is not the end of the world. Now then, we're going to need to go down the bed, aren't we, for the last two. Fantastic. We may as well do that one as well. Yeah, I need to alter the position on these a little. I think it's probably easier for me to muck around with the circles, which is the model, than it is the actual the straps themselves, because I can move the little circles to make the because the circles are just the model. The straps obviously go into a specific place, so it's easy for me if I just. Now, so how much is there? A lot. An awful lot. 28, 78, 88. No, oh my life. Wait, yeah, what makes this special is obviously it's a super, but the other thing is we stole a lot. Well, we didn't stole. We grabbed a lot of the guar glue, which meant that we could go at full capacity, which is not something we can normally do. Ooh. No, it's true. It's not something normally I can do. Right, let's get this lot sold. And let's make, I think we said 1 million-ish. All things considered. Yes, you can upscale. There's I was talking to the AI at great length. I do this every now and again. I always have these like sessions every now and again where I like, can I improve on my videos? How well is everybody else doing on video settings? And then I'll like tweak the settings to try to get the best quality. And I was on 4K, proper 4K, a lot sooner than a lot of other content creators. But then, of course, you sit back and you like use your settings, and then things move on, and then you find out that, well, actually, your settings are not like that fantastic anymore. That everyone else has sort of caught up, and then, yeah, they're using CapCut, which is something made by TikTok. Because, of course, TikTok want you to upload really good quality. It's a clever ploy. I quite like it. So you can, with very little effort, the TikTok have actually spent a lot of cash on making CapCut work, which means that you can upload and muck around with CapCut with very little technical knowledge. It's a little bit like an iPad, in so much as a lot of people who are not that tech savvy liked things like iPads. Now I personally, I've got an iPad. I've never been a massive Apple fan, but I've got to be honest, I sort of changed my tune with the last tablet I bought. I bought an Air 2 because I've always been a Samsung tablet person, and I bought quite an expensive tablet, and then I wanted fingerprint reader and the ability to use a pencil. Now then, can you remember which way this was? I still think it's the front still. And Samsung wanted £999 for like their version, and I'm like, what, £1,000? Seriously, for those features? And I was like searching for like, well, what else can do this? Wow, a long way. Why are we there? We don't seem that. Oh no, we are actually further away than you think. Yeah, we are. So then I looked, and I'm not. I don't mind refurbs. I'm a massive supporter of. No, I can't. That's brand selling then, isn't it? If I like talk about a particular brand or a particular shop, yeah, I best not do that. That's naughty. Yeah, and I'm not trying. Well, I was more for people's benefit than it is mine, but it's still advertising for a brand, and I'm not being paid by that brand. That's the point. If you're not being paid by a brand, can you still give a recommendation based upon your experience? Is that advertising? I don't know, but I'm gonna stay on the safe side of things. Ooh, so it was nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, we broke a meal, but like it was nowhere near what we thought. Well, it was a prediction, wasn't it? This is me. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily am I right, as we can plainly see. Yeah, definitely completely wrong. But we still broke a meal. We've got what we wanted, which was 500 odd thousand. We've still got 500 odd thousand as well. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, not a greedy person. I do like our new tractor, which is fantastic. In fact, I had 2 new tractors. Yeah, what am I talking about? We've now got a 500 odd horsepower tractor in this, and that one's a 350 or 360, something like that, horsepower tractor. And an absolute snippet of value, absolutely amazing. And I've got to be honest, using the tree devourer that devour trees with that front adjustable thing, you can do the same as lifting it up and down and a little bit more. I did find that in FS19. I did frequently use the front section like that, and it really does give you a massive advantage. It was fantastic. Right, okay then. No, we did know we'd got that. Yeah, it's just me forgetting. Right, so then, cash. Now then, we do want to buy. Well, we want to buy this down here, don't we? Let's visit. Let's do this grand style. And we do indeed want to buy the Lizard Mining Company for 513,088. Fantastic. So where do we come and drop our stuff? I mean, we haven't got a lot, but obviously we now know, well, a big thanks to our recce, that we all need to take up is the mover and go up to the mining shaft iron ore. How do we actually get there? Now that is a good question. Do we have to go under the mountain? Oh my life, I've just had a horrible thought. If we have to go under the mountain, I'm just thinking that this has been done on purpose. You know, I said we don't want to move all the stone. Well, I think looking at this, that's the logic. You've got to fight your way to this, going through the stone, through the mountains. Oh my life. How clever is that? It's very clever, but it's very annoying. Oh, I don't know. I think you can still get down the middle-ish. I think. Oh, I'm not sure you can. Okay, let's do a bit of spying. Probably best to do it. No, so these are rocks I think look like the rocks that you break. So you can do it. We don't have to get all these stones down the side, really. I think we can do it, so let's have a little bit of a recce. Oh, my life, that doesn't sound too good, does it? So there is a free route all the way down here, so we can traipse over here. We've bought the mining company, now we just need to get some stuff. Yeah, I've got to be honest, it is true with the stones, what I was saying last session. I do think this is so authentic, I've got to be honest. So more stones, so we need to bring the rock picker 2 to break our way through. Oh, I was right. So there's a bit of stone moving we need to do too, which would also mean, like I said, that actually there's more work to this than you think. Because we also need to buy these places, because we're going to probably have to put things like silos down to store the stone. I mean, I'm lucky I've got production silos, so I could use the production silos. So there's a couple of spaces where we need the rock hammer. Another place here that we need to use the rock hammer to get through and break that rock. Oh, okay, so there's other ways too. I think we can actually get past. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I think these are breakable rocks, though. We need to find the bestest route. We do. So 35. And that was the other way, which to me it seems a bit clearer. So maybe there's an advantage with that one over that one. I'm not sure or what. But is this where we come out? Interesting. It is. So it's not quite as devious as I thought. We don't have to clear away. We could do, but I've got to be honest that always been a big thing. Is sort of some things are like red herrings. I always think not exactly red herrings. Not really the right way. So it's whereabouts are we? We're not that far away from our place. So yeah, not very far at all, really. I think this is, yeah, so this is the entrance. Goes all the way under here. Very cleverly done. Very cleverly done. But it is true, there is no other way. That is the way. So, yeah, that's what I need to do. We need to go and we need to stick aside. So that would mean we do need to buy the land itself, which I think this was 1 million. So, what about 65? Now, these are not quite so nasty. Yeah, I think we're going to have to... About 35. Now, but you get this little area down here where you could put... we're not that far away from our farm, though, if we're going to do that. Let's try it without first, because I can see just getting these routes is going to literally spend pretty much our 500 grand. And then, obviously, there's that huge thing there. So stones, we're not interested in stones. We could get so many stones now, it's unbelievable. So what are we going to need to do this job? Right, we're going to need a bulk trailer. I can't imagine there being more than 50 odd tons. So something like the mover. We need the mover. And we need it to be towed. And we need this very thing here too. So we need, I think, 2 tractors. Do we need a telehandler? Not really, not with a mover. I think we just need... Where is our other tractor? The bestest one. We just saw it hiding under there. So we've got this, our second best tractor. A beautiful red case on this. Are we doing this in the snow, or do we have to really do this now? Well, you've got to do these things sometimes. You really have. Yes, time and tide wait for no man, as that old saying goes, or woman for that matter. Yeah, it's true that some of these sayings need tweaking a little for modern times. Oh, whoa, snow. Now we need to get rid. I think it's got a few thousand litres of wood chips in, if I remember rightly. So let's get these 2. No, it's not. It's not exactly a few thousand, but yeah. So let's pop up to that. I think we're going to have to like put this down into my, yeah, well, let's get rid of the wood chips first, then we shall put it into transport. Oh my life, you know, I think I might be right. This is really slipperoonian. Really slipperoonian. I think we ought to wait for good weather. Otherwise accidents might happen. Yeah, I concur. So I think what we will do, being as we've done all of our buying and selling, we do really need to take that little bit of copper with us as well, but that's to the mining company, so yeah, let's not worry about that right now. Right. Let's put this right the way down to its standard low setting, although to be honest you can pretty much do this at the high setting and it's not that high when it's like done like that, so I think we're alright to do it like that. So we'll grab the Sintrack and the 47 tonner, make our way over to that place and see if we can make our way over there. And the other thing is, the snow won't be in the tunnel, so we just got to take it a bit easy. Mr. Smith, listen. Yes. Note to self. What is being steady? I know, I'm a terror. I am. Very much so. Right, let's drop that. And let's grab the nearly 48 tonner. Yeah, it's true. Obviously, I was sort of saying in the last video or a couple of videos back about sometimes in life you don't really want to accept change. I think that's true of us all, because you want to carry on with the things that you enjoy. But the more I look at the pattern that's happened I'm not talking about giving up. I'm just sort of acknowledging the fact that I sort of made a statement a long time ago, and I was a bit horrified at the statement. But I think it was more that I was being truthful, that was the way I needed to do things, and I didn't want to hear that at the time. So I like shied away from it, and I just carried on and thinking I can do things as I've always done them. Well, you can't always do that, and I do realise now that actually what I said all those months ago was very, very true, and that really I do truthfully need to acknowledge the fact that obviously I'm getting older, and the rigours of your work, or my work, sort of do take over a lot. Is that actually coming, or is it like doing that? I'm scared as I'm passing a... yes, it is. I'm so close to having an accident. There's a tree in the way. I know. Oh, my life. It's true. No, but it is true. I think sometimes we don't want to accept the fact that things are changing in a way that we didn't really want. Well, lots of things like that happen to people. It's a fact of life, really, and you just got to adjust to these things, whether you like it or not. And it is true. Yeah, that is the bottom line. So, I keep meaning to change the settings on the sky as well. It really looks horrible. Yeah, no, it is true. I think this goes. I don't think that thing's following us. I think it's like decided it's not coming after all. Even though it did definitely pop. Obviously it didn't definitely though. It must have like not popped at all. And I just thought it did. Remember, your brakes don't work properly. It's true. Oh, hang on. Am I doing the wrong thing? Yes I am. I'm doing the... yeah, it won't follow the mover. Because although it's classified as a vehicle, as soon as the game like tries to lock onto it, it goes, "Ooh, that's not a proper vehicle." Whoa. Yeah, I think we need to get undercover, and I still think I'm right that this thing needs to go down completely, because it won't like. Yeah, it won't like go through those tunnels like that. Yeah, I keep wanting to put the cruise control on, but unfortunately, now I think this is where we need to go, but there is a long way. Oh, my life. And there's a slippy slidey way where you're always saying you like to do plenty of skid training, so you know. There's a fence there that we can't bypass, so let's stick. All my life. I don't think it's helping because we've got narrows on. It's not normally this slip slidey, but then again I suppose this has got narrows, as I just said, so maybe that's not assisting very much. But that poor driver behind us is thinking, what a absolute terrible driver. Right, apologies. Yeah, a massive break since the last sort of time, so I'm just starting the recording again. Yeah, I was just checking my new settings to make sure that the render time and everything is okay, and to make some change. Wow, this is really terrible in the snow. Absolutely vile. It is. It definitely is not good at all. I've never slip slided so much as this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the tyres or what, but it's awful. I'm usually fairly good in the snow, but this is just like fighting really terribly. Now then, we don't own this. Will it open automatically, or is it one of them you have to open, or is it like we need permission? No guard at the station. Right, so now will it stay open for the other tractor? Will it? That's the point, actually. I'm not sure how that's going to handle that. It's going to try and follow me, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. So now then, moment of truth. Oh, we didn't bring the rock hammer. I think we're going to need that for certain points along this way. So I think soon going to like stop slip sliding. I think we're going to need the telehandler. So let's grab that. I don't think we're going to get away with this without the telehandler. I'd sort of forgotten until just this very minute. Yeah, so new settings. It looks good, to be honest. I do this every now and again. I mean, the videos are not terrible, but the colour quality I always find a little bit washed out. And I now know why. And again, it was something I tweaked with a long time myself. Again, there's like lots of experts will tell you how to get the best out of your graphics card and the best out of your setup and all the rest of it. Which I've like gone through that loads of times. But again, me being me, also like started to tweak the settings to get the file size down. Well, that's all right. It is. But like if you're mucking around with all the other settings and it's going to affect things for the worst, then file size is not everything, but I mean, it is a lot. There's no denying this. But yeah, I'm prepared for the colour quality. It looks a bit washed out, and I realise now that was because I'd literally put the rate down too much. Yeah, and that meant that the colours were all washed out. So I'm hoping again, it's going to be a time you have to alter things and actually realize, you know, like, well, can I cope with this? What do I need to do to make this like work? All the rest of it. That's definitely true as well. I am prepared to give this a shot. It just may mean, yeah, that all of those videos that I've got like waiting to upload, it may mean that I record a little less and I'm editing a little more, basically. Right, so just nearly there. I think this one we'll lead with this one because I seriously think this is going to be the one that the other thing is, while we're this close to the bridge, can you actually jump to the bridge? Does it let you view? It does. Because I'm thinking this is going to be, it's a goodly way through, but it's not actually, still, I don't think anything happens until you've actually done it. So, where is me? There we go. Yeah, so I don't think it does anything until it's actually finished processing all of that. I'm quite excited about that now that and I'm glad I thought about the warehouse as well. Because obviously that can, wow, this is really slip sliding. It is actually, yeah. I'm surprised. Mind you, I am going full pelt. I'm trying to give my my trigger finger a bit of a rest. I'm sometimes using other fingers, but it's true. You find control on that particular finger. It's the one that you use all the time. Your brain, your hand-eye coordination with that thing is really good. But the thing is, if you just press, yeah, in the snow, you require like you to not keep its cruise control on. That's the word I'm trying to find. Cruise control. It causes issues, and that's why I'm slip sliding, because I'm just like putting full pelt on, which is just like having your acceleration to the floor. Which, to be honest, any driver knows that's a silly thing to do. But I was just trying to rest my finger a little bit. Yeah. So that's why I'm like slip sliding a bit more than I normally would. So let's see. On this route, what do we need to do? Because we don't own anything in here. I don't know whether that would mean we can't do the stones. I'm not sure how that actually will do if we need to do things. Now, there was one of these ways was better. I think it was the right way was better. I do realise that some of this narrows a little, but I still think that the equipment we've got will manage this particular route, unless, of course, we come to something like worse than this, which we shall see. I think we're all right, but we'll have a look. Definitely right. Oh, as unless you try to go mountain climbing. Yes, again, the quality, the clarity. It was. Yeah, the AI was trying to make me apply filters that I didn't need to sharpen and things like that. And I said, well, really, the only thing I'd say of the videos looking is that the colours were a little washed out. And then obviously it was due to the fact that I tweaked, almost caused a bottleneck on the processor trying to squeeze the information, but I'd given it a low ceiling. So therefore it couldn't actually squeeze all of the information out, which meant it was starving things. And obviously colour is one of those things that it got starved, so therefore it just meant the colours were washed out and a bit too grey. I mean, it's not terrible, I mean, you know, but it definitely isn't at its best. And I've obviously looked at the video. I did a 1 minute slice based upon with sharpen and without, and to be honest, the video was as equally as good without the sharpen filter. That's the real one that slows it down. It would have taken 3.5 hours for a 35-minute video, which that's seriously bad. But again, now I'm still going to take longer than I'm used to, because obviously it's processing a lot more information than I'm used to it processing. But I still think that the quality is going to be better for you guys and gals, and that's all that really matters to me. But I mean, obviously there is a trade-off, like file size and things like that. That is why I started to tweak and go to a constant bit rate, but I went too small. That's because clarity-wise, I did a test early on, and again with like 1 minute slices or 5 minute slices, and I used the different bit rates, and I couldn't really see much of a difference. So I knocked it to constant bit rate, far lower than it said. But again, I think sometimes the eye lies a little. I do love this. It is so realistic, the fact that there's bits of water, and they can't just test this one, because this is going to like, I thought so. But I think we can get over it. Yeah, so I was right about the access. Ooh. Yeah, the one thing I am going to say, though, that the mover will move the stone, even if, well, unless someone's changed the rules. It's sort of a bit of a cheeky thing that it sort of doesn't have to own, because it's not. Yeah, I did it on, I think it was Frontier, actually, the very map that I thought I actually not had the mover. I think it was one of those that was a ground pickup. And I went and picked stone up, which I couldn't pick up with a bucket. And I realised at that point that actually the ground pickups are a little bit special. Yeah, they sort of do things that they're a bit naughty. But not that there's anything you can do about it. It is the game is the game. You're not like doing anything that's right, smashing. So, okay. Didn't realise we came outside. So is there a sneaky way then? Is there a sneaky way for us to do this and I've like not figured it out? No, I don't think so. No, definitely not. Nope, we're definitely right. This is part of the journey. I didn't realise we came outside. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm really enjoying this because it's something, again, that you don't do very often. It's really, again, I mean, I love the farming, I like us all do, but I think sometimes it's that old saying, a change is as good as a rest. And it's a very, very true saying, truthfully, that, you're doing the same thing, same old. I mean, again, it's always different on every map, but what I mean is it really is, so we didn't need this, and if we did need it, then obviously it's, oh, now that is a point. Where is the next one? Have we like taken a false turn, or is it like further on, or where are we? Well, we're not going the way that I thought we were going. So, truthfully, oh, it is copper ore though. All my life, we've actually found the copper ore. Yeah, literally, I mean, I never saw that before. We've taken a wrong turn, but we've actually sort of found the very thing that we want. Well, that's a bit of a lucky thing. Now, again, this may well be that we can grab all of these bits and bobs. So this is the copper ore. Fantastic. So that means we can get to the iron ore and the copper ore. Now, this is the real test. We need to go grab the mover. And we need to take a right-hand side turn. Can we set this on follow behind? We might need to. Yeah, let's try and sneak through the mountain. I think we can do it, but we shall see. I think all we can do, though, is literally get there. Obviously, it's taken me quite a bit longer, but next session we will actually get... We'll do the copper ore. What I might do, so it's not so boring. Again, we've never been here before. If we're doing this over and over again, I would do things differently, so we're not like doing the same old all the time. So I think I'd probably do the iron one where I just get us there and I'll start it like most content creators would. But obviously, this is all exciting stuff, really. Right, so yeah, I'm not sure how the... So this, I think, is where we probably needed to take a left if we were going the other way. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the mini-map, but you can sort of see that we are heading the wrong way. No, actually, for a while we're not, though. No, we are. It does look like you're heading the right way. I think this is the bit where why am I slip sliding inside? I think to the left, that away would be the way... And this would be what... Yeah, that's true. This is driving awfully. I don't understand why this is... I mean, I know it's got narrows and all that, but yeah, we're now sort of heading away from 64. No, we're not really. was that time? What? Yeah, why am I slip sliding? Is it still reading that we've got snow on the ground or something? I mean, there's not even water or anything that would cause us to slip slide. Makes no sense. Right, well, anyway, the Syntrack's managing quite well. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I'm literally all over the place. I don't get it. Have I got snow stuck on my tyres or something? It's true. I think it'd be better with the Quantum on its own, because obviously I've got this as a vehicle. It would actually travel, I think, better under here than with the tractor. The tractors are right. Again, it is a brand new tractor, so it may be that there's something not quite right about it as well. It could well be something like that. Right. We lost Sharon, or is she still coming, or still moving? I think we're all right. We may hit a few patches where Sharon does stop, though, where there's a blockage or something like that. Yeah, now we're going outside of the map. Yeah, I mean, we're literally going places I have no idea where on the map we're going, but we definitely found the copper ore by going this way. So I suppose that is also another reason why you would want to show on a YouTube video, if somebody wants to take the steps, it was important that we took that right hand turn. If, like, I just showed you, oh, I managed to find the copper ore place without showing you how I got there, is that really what people want? No, not really, is it? I think Sharon's stuck now. Oh, my life. She definitely will be now. Following me to do that. No, it's definitely coming still, but I think that's going to slow Sharon down. Yeah, I think it'll do the same thing. Oh, my life. What? I don't understand this. This is almost like the game is thinking we've got snow underground, or it's this tractor's a bit. But I didn't notice this before the snow session. Yeah, it was actually performing quite nicely. Yeah, this is really strange. Let's have a quick look outside. No, not like that. Like this. So we went 64. Ah, right. We go all the way under there and... Wow. Okay. So somehow I've accidentally stumbled across the way to get to the copper, and we found a load more stone that we really don't want this much stone. Yeah, I mean, JM Gaming did some on his map, and it was nowhere. Yeah, I knew this had happened. I knew it. Yeah, that was to be expected. That'll be where I crashed into the wall. Yeah, exactly. And they didn't do as bad a job as me, thankfully. Yeah, this is completely different. Oh, I mean, the Sintrac's hard to control anyway. It really is such a good sort of steerer. To be honest, I have said this recently. I don't know if Giants have, like, done something, but this steering is more harder than normal as well. All right, let's just follow the case. Excellent. Right, and then there's a couple of little splodges, aren't there? We're nearly there, though. I remember. Yeah, we are actually. Not too far. So, really, if we was going to do this properly, then we would need to buy... Yeah, this is the bit where we need to go a bit of rock climbing, I think. And this might actually stop the worker, because they're not so good at handling, like, anything like this, where there's a bit of extra scrunching necessary. It often, like, goes, oh, I can't go with it, and, like, gives up. So we might... With added sound effects... I am a terror from adding sound effects. I am. Ooh, yeah. Nearly out. A little bit more, and then there's that bit of across the. Yeah, I did think when I was like seeing the outside, but I was thinking, I'm sure we never went outside. We'd have to buy 36, and I don't know how much that is. So we could put a production silo down, and then we would probably grab a mover at every single site if you were going to do this properly, because most of these you need so much, you get so much for this particular type of mod, where it's, it's a production, but it's not really a production. For this kind of thing, it does so much per day, which we saw in Silverrun first, I think. So obviously, yeah, there's that. Oh, be careful. Gordon Bennett. Yeah, this is a bit deadly. All right, so then take a left. It doesn't really matter. I think we'll each... Yeah, so we need to buy 36. We've already spent $500,000. It's true. We've got snow on the ground as well. This is not going to go well. Now then, how are we doing? No, Sharon's still coming. That's not doing bad. It is true. We have got the snow as well. So we need to see how much... I mean, the copper I'm most excited about, because I've never done copper. But, I mean, the iron, I did it on Silverrun, and it was a real good little learner. There's a lot of lugging and a lot of packing and stuff like, because again, it's only that small. Yeah, you can only do the 1 ton or 2 ton things. It was not, yeah, it was not a lot. So let's have a look, see how much 36 is, if that's where we are. And I dare say it's probably going to be like the iron one where it's 1 million or something silly like that. Yeah, exactly. Wow. So we've got a long way to go. But I still think we'll be able to grab the copper with the mover. I do. I don't think this, but again, I might be wrong. Let's switch it on now. Let's make sure there's no snow in the way. And I am right. Yes, definitely. I thought I was. I did think it was going to be like this. So really, the only thing we can't do is we can't put a production sort of like silo down here because we don't own the land. So really, this now becomes a matter of probably grab. Have we got 2 of these traders? I think we did, didn't we? Because this would be quite tremendous. We obviously would want to strip what we've got down here. And this is going to make us a fortune with what we've already done, but it's going to slow things down due to the fact that we've really got to take things a long way. Yeah, so that's that. That is a lot. We've got 5,000 litres. That is going to produce quite a lot of cash. Ooh, yeah, this is the... Oh, wow, it's horrible, horrible ground. Like, yeah, with... So there's not... I don't think there's a quick way out of this, is there? Oh, maybe there is. Is that a path? It just... I mean, is there going to be another secret? You see, we never saw any of this. This is very cleverly done. Yeah, Zero Oito's really done a cracking job, because we never saw any of that. I don't know how a map maker's done that, how they've hidden that. We only saw that once we took that way, and then it started to appear. So what I mean is there other bits? Is it like got a fog of war like in other games where if we go this way, I'm intrigued. Let's just do a little bit of a run just with the tractor. Let's go this, of all the tractors we've got, this is probably best. And then I'm going to leave it there. But I'm just intrigued to see if there is a sneaky way or whether we're totally scuppered. Oh, we have taken most of it though. So really, that's pretty much cleared the copper ore. So really, we don't really need to... Well, it would be useful to see if there is a better way to like get out of this place. But it is true, we've actually taken... And if that's the case for this, then I'd also think that it's probably very much the same for the iron ore. So we really, if we grab a 47,777 litres, I'd imagine that's going to take quite a few months to reach that kind of amount again. What is that? What kind of rock is that? Rock? It looks like coal to me. Very much like coal. It's definitely not normal rock, and it's definitely not the iron that we've seen. We did... wow, this is really special. I love it. Yeah, this is sort of like an amazing, absolutely amazing, phenomenal thing. Now then, where do we go from here? Let's have a look. Let's guess. Well, that goes down to a pond that we now see. I didn't see that before. It may have been there, though. I think it just... I think we're wrong, and I think this is going to end like in a dead end. Looking at what... Yeah, I'm right. It's a pond. Oh, my life. Look at the trees. Yeah, so it's sort of... well, just crack on a little bit. I always find sometimes when map makers gone to the trouble of making something like this. I mean, it can just be for beauty, but I don't know. I honestly can't think that this is, yeah, would get this severe with the woods to be anything else other than a bit of a red herring that we found. Perhaps it's good for fishing with the new DLC. That looks a bit special, but I don't know, like, what, you know, how you would... So yeah, I think all we've got to do is haul our 47,777 litres and take the mover over to the, and like grab the same again. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave it probably, yeah, again, because it is a bit mega boring. I'll probably get the copper, and obviously we all know I can't reset it or anything silly like that, or we're going to lose our treasure. We can't, yeah, so that does definitely look like coal. So it does make me wonder if there's a bit more than I'm thinking. This all looks like coal, definitely. Right, so then, at least we know a lot of things. We've discovered an awful lot. The rock picker, total waste of time. We've got 47 and looks like 27,000, so about 70 odd tons of copper, including the 27,000 litres in our... So really, we'd still need to come back and grab the other 30 odd tons. I think it's a full hopper. It looked like it. Not quite. But it is everything. Strange. Oh, no, it's not. So, yeah. We may as well leave this, like, to grab it. So it really was like 70 odd tons in total from however long this has been doing. We don't know how much we're going to get per month, but basically you are allowed to do what I said all along, which is quite amazing. So I'm going to leave it here. I am. And next session we'll get that lot taken away, and we could really do with a bigger trailer, but I don't think a bigger trailer would get under the mountains, so I'm not going to do any cheaty-weety, because I always find this type of thing is why I like realistic trailers. That may be a bit cheeky, but it's not too unbelievable. Yeah, whereas like if I went for a 88 ton cheaty one that was like the same size, but like that, I just think it sort of defeats this kind of thing. It's part of the thing. You've got to lug your stuff from one place to another, and the size of your trailer really is important. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there though, but we are going to be doing quite well, I would imagine, with that little lot. Let's have a little bit of a, because being as we bought at that fantastic mining company, I think cables, I can't remember if cables or copper was the best. Let's have a look, remind myself. I know the metal was the total wrong way round. So, no, you're looking at time-saving stock check. So copper. Is 5,049. And it's called cable, so it's actually still in the same thing, but it's further up. Cables. 6,000, that's right. It was slightly better than the copper. Yeah, no, the copper. This is the copper. Yeah, no, this is what's confusing me. That's another mod. The copper, the other copper, I think is the other mod, which is why that is like that. The copper ore that we've got is worth 4,519. So marginally more is that, only marginally, and the cables, however, is another 1,000 on top of that. So the cables are definitely a good thing to do. That's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, it's worth that extra cash, to be honest. Otherwise, you may as well just like sell the copper and not pay for the thing. But that is definitely worth doing, which is quite amazing. And we did look for the iron, didn't we? Which was the, yeah, that was definitely not. So the iron ore was pretty worthless, and the metal was, I think, the best. Yeah, it's a shame, really, yeah, because the metal beams, not only are they worse, but they're also like, yeah, the metal refine, I think that's the other mod as well, but I don't think that's here. The metal rods, that's mine, that's what I made. They're a part of Windows, so the metal is definitely the best to do on this map for the metal. And the size of them, I think they're all small. I think they're all 1,000 litre pallets, unfortunately. And obviously there's nothing I can do about that at all. Yeah, so metal beams is definitely not as good as metal, as we saw, right? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm waffling. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.